During the 2019-2020 football season, the Millers played 41 matches, 26 in the league, 1 in the FA Cup and 5 in the Velocity Cup. The Millers also played an incredible 9 games in the FA Trophy in a memorable cup run for Aveley. I spoke to the squad, manager, coaching staff and the club CEO on the incredible cup run which began at East Grinstead on Tuesday the 15th of October 2019 with a 5-0 victory with goals from Allen, Reid, Akrofi, Sykes and Hearn. The gaffer wanted to get off to a good start at East Grinstead. How did the boys react to that?
Yeah, I think it was only the gaffer's second, third game, something like that maybe. And he always said that his bread and butter, I guess, was the league. And anything in the trophy was a free hit. So I think that took a little bit of the pressure off because we hadn't got off to the best start. But yeah, I think it was good because we got the win and we beat them quite comfortably. I think that was the first time sort of Goody had played for us, and maybe Sykesy as well.
That was Sykesy's debut.
So Sykesy and Goody, first time they played for us, it worked well. I think we beat them. Was it 5-0, 6-0, something like that?
5-0,
I think it boosted confidence. Them boys sort of got off to a good start, and it just started to build momentum. It was just a nice break from the league, I guess, at the start where we'd drawn a couple and then lost one. To get the win in that was good for confidence and good to get a win for the gaffer.
Perfect. So as we know, that was the first game in the FA Trophy. What was the change rooms like before the game?
It was good. I mean, last year we had not last year, it was the year before that, but we had a really good bunch of lads. We're all sort of mates. So it was relaxed. It was good. Obviously, I think everyone, it was still early doors with the gaffer, so everyone was sort of getting used to him, getting used to how he wanted us to play, and still, wanting to impress him sort of early on to make a good impression, and just try and earn your place in the team. Really, so obviously we were focused on the game, but mates in the changing room. So that was good, fairly standard. Just really wanted to get the win.
For East Grinstead, you scored in the 5th minute. How good was that for you, and can you talk us through that goal?
Yeah, so I mean, it was good on a personal level. Obviously, always nice to score as a defender. The getting it so early just sort of like set us off. We didn't really know what to expect with them as a bit of an unknown quantity. Obviously, not coming up against them very often. So got us going and managed to sort of be a very comfortable game in the end, but that sort of started it all off. So very nice, pretty easy goal to be honest, but a bit of attacking.
Once you scored that, could you see more goals coming?
I think so. Yeah, we just sort of just got us in our stride. And once we got playing, we were good. Obviously, it finished a very big scoreline in the end, but very very comfortable game overall. But good to start us off like that.
Can you describe to me the first goal at East Grinstead?
It was the second goal. It was just some good play from Jason, and he cut it back to me, and then I hit it, and we scored.
First time strike, wasn't it? First time strike and a nutmeg. You all went and celebrated in the corner. It showed how much the team were together and how much it meant to them. But how much did it mean to the team?
I don't know about the team. I hope the team enjoyed the goal. I hope. But for myself, obviously, it's good to get the second goal to help the team. So just doing my part to help the team.
So the third goal, Alex's goal, you got the assist for that. Can you just talk us through that?
Yeah. That was cross to the back post, I believe. Little just head it down, and Alex smashed it in. So goal and assist, probably my most profitable game in my career. So not too bad. I take that every week.
The East Grinstead goal, can you talk us through it?
I've had to look it up because I genuinely couldn't remember it. But, I think it was a cross from either Wayne or Sam.
Yeah.
George Allen headed it back to the edge of the box, and I've just put my foot through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the third goal, wasn't it? Could you see more coming from that?
I was playing really well. Could you see it? But they weren't. If I'm being totally honest, they weren't very good.
Yeah.
So maybe yeah. We were playing well, so when you're playing well, you can always score goals.
Your goal against East Grinstead, can you talk us through it?
I'd missed a few to start I think it was my first game, but I'd missed a few.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be taken off soon. So Alex put a good ball through. And I hit one. It was a bit of a slice, to be fair, but I just caught the inside of the post and went in, which is good. So, yeah, it was a good way to start, especially after I sat on a minibus down there. It was a horrible journey. But no, it was good. It was a good win as well. So
This game was your first in the FA Trophy for Aveley, and was it your actual debut?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
How was that for you?
Yeah, as I said, it was a bit strange. I sort of jumped on the bus. I think I was the only player on the bus. They said, "Do you want to jump on there?" I thought there'd be sort of a few of us. I got there and it was just me.
Yeah.
And Craig and a couple of the supporters. So it was a bit of a strange one, but the pitch was horrible. It is really, really bad weather. But no, it was good. It was good to win.
The East Grinstead game was your first FA Trophy game. Can you tell us how much that game meant to you?
You know what? I don't know how many games I was into the job as manager, but the game itself had been moved from the Saturday because obviously the weather had been a little bit dodgy around that Saturday. We were a little bit disappointed. I was a little bit concerned about the travelling because it's not the easiest place to get to. So my view was when I turned up at the ground, would everybody be able to get there? Because we had a small squad at the time. You know, I'd released a few, and I was building the squad up as best I could, as quickly as I could. So when I turned up at the ground, we were actually the ones who were late. All the players were there. So first and foremost, I was delighted that I could pick from the full squad, that nobody got caught in traffic, which can happen. And the game went as good as we could have hoped for, especially in the first half.
Perfect. So you spoke to Ryan at the Fans TV before that game, and you said you wanted to get off to a good start. Do you think that 5-0 was a good start?
Oh, absolutely. The whole thing for me was because I'd taken over just after the FA Cup.
Yeah. And
there was a little bit of it was flat. You know, it was quite flat, and I just felt that game for me was probably. The build up to that game was probably, I was a little bit more nervous than any other games, believe it or not, because I felt that I had to get us off to a good start. That was a good start for us. The winning 5-0 there, regardless of who you play, you have to go out and perform. And the lads really performed, especially in the first half. They were absolutely excellent. And I was just finding the team as well. At that time, I was trying to get them into a formation that I knew, and I was trying to do it as quick as I could. I'm trying to do it in winning ways as well, and so it was. We were just finding out about each other as well.
Yeah,
me finding out about the team, and them finding out about me. So, if you're doing that when you're winning, it's brilliant.
Aveley were then drawn out home to Bowes and Pitsea in the first qualifying round. This was to be played on Saturday the 26th of October 2019 with a 3-0 victory. Goals from Alex Acrofi and Jason Rad. So for Bowers, you scored the first goal. Can you describe it for us? Because it weren't actually filmed that game.
Oh, it was. I think someone shot, and I've just followed in.
Yeah.
I think something like someone shot. I can't remember who shot, but I've just followed it in and then tapped it in after.
So all the goals were scored in the first half. Was it?
Yeah.
Second half was Bowers more hard to break down, or was it?
Goody got sent off in like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
So I think once we got 3-0 up, we was like just pleased to be 3-0 up, and then we got 10 men, they got 11. You just got to make sure you don't concede. All 3 goals came in the first half. Unfortunately, that game wasn't filmed. So for a defensive player, how was that game going?
Yeah, we were pretty comfortable. I was expecting, I think maybe got them on an off day, but we were good all round. Pretty tough considering we were down to 10 pretty early with Goody getting sent off. But we were comfortable before that. I think we were at least 1 up, maybe 2 up by that stage.
Yeah.
And then we were just, they didn't everything they threw at us. We had an answer. We defended well, and obviously good to get the clean sheet on the day. But very, very comfortable overall. Probably one of our best performances throughout the run, I think.
Going to the end of the game, for people that don't know, you did get injured. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so I dislocated my elbow, which is quite a serious injury. Probably one of my most serious in my career. I've had plenty of them, but that was probably one of the worst for me. Yeah, I knew as soon as it happened that it was bad. Just coming up when sort of tagged in with the striker and coming down and landing straight on the arm. So it was not good. A lot of pain straight away, and knew it was obviously quite serious.
From there, so obviously you knew it was quite serious. Did you know how serious it was?
No, not until one of the young lads came in the change room. I think it was Reggie at the time, and saw my elbow out of place and was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
I think Steve told him to get out and was obviously not too happy with his reaction.
Yeah.
But I was just in so much pain at the time. I just wanted to get to the hospital and get it sorted as quick as I could. And so they were really good with me once I was there. I think I was out within the hour, and woke up a couple of hours later and it was back in place and I was in the cast. So it wasn't too bad, but obviously bad off the back. I think I got man of the match in the Bowers game. So whether it was a sympathy vote or not, I'm not sure, but I know I did have a good game. So shame to end it that way.
Yeah. So obviously you said that you were fine after, as in yourself. How long did you think you was going to be out for?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. They sort of advised around 12 weeks, which is obviously quite a long time. The main thing is building up the strength around it again, so that if you were to fall, that it doesn't pop out. Elbows and shoulders have sort of tendency to pop out of place again. So they struggled to get the elbow back in, which was good because it meant it was strong. I probably had the 12 weeks in my mind. I don't actually know how long I was out in the end, but it was not too far off the 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's just a bit of a mental thing getting back, and obviously knowing if you are going to fall or have any contact with a player that it's strong and you're not, constantly worried about it. So
I just spoke to Steve and Evan, and they said after the injury, you said that you weren't going to go up for a header again. Have you gone up for a header since then?
I've been up for plenty, yeah. I think the initial first few games was definitely worried. I wore a little support under my shirt, and just for a bit of security really. But whether it would do a lot, I don't know. But luckily the elbow was quite strong, so touch wood, haven't had any issues since. But I have headed the ball quite a lot.
Steve, can you just talk us through George's injury?
With George's injury, believe it or not, at first when he went down, people were telling me it was his ankle.
Okay.
So when you're hearing people saying it's your ankle, you're thinking he's gone down, he's come down, landed a bit funny. But as I got over there, you could see literally the protrusion, his skin from both ends near to the elbow.
Okay.
And from there, he dislocated his the head of his radius and the head of his ulnar. So not the nicest of injuries, as you can imagine. I remember George turned around saying about how he just wanted gas and air.
Okay.
He said, help me. He went, I want gas and air. And luckily from there, not only did we have obviously Evan there as well, but we also had the Bowers physio at the time, Mams, very, very well knowledgeable. And at the same time, he helped us out with a physio, and especially in non-league, there's a load of knowledge from everyone. So giving us way of basically securing the actual radius and the ulnar, so the dislocation didn't get any worse from the actual joint itself. So from there, he just wrapped it up for us, and then from there we got George, which Evan sat with him.
Evan, how was that for
you? To be fair, it was all right. I had to deal with him moaning. That was pretty much it. Spent about 3 hours at the hospital with him. Yeah. Until some of his family arrived, and then went home from there.
How long after the injury did you know the extent of the injury?
I think he got an X-ray quite quickly, probably an X-ray within like an hour. And from there, it was obvious that it was just a dislocation, not a break. So quite quickly, to be fair.
Steve, did you know how long he was going to be out for?
From there, literally Evan turned around straight away and said it's a dislocation of the radius and the ulna. From there, normally with a dislocation, you're looking to but if you up to one whole account of it, it's about 2 months.
Can you just talk us through it a little bit from your point of view?
Well, Bowers for me, it was a Saturday afternoon, and I know the season ticket holders in terms of the games kind of stay away from them games. So I was hoping for a little bit of a crowd. It wasn't a great crowd on the day. My view was they were a local team, local rivals, just up the road. Another team who played on us turf. On the season before, they had stormed the league. You know, Bowers had gone and beat everybody in the way. So I felt it was a good test. I felt like I had the team performing the way I wanted them to. So it was going for me. I looked at it as a really good test up against a team, as I said, that had smashed the league the season before. So going into the game, I just felt that okay, let's have a look at this. You know, let's have a look at what we're like against a better opposition. And on the day, whether Bowers took the game seriously or not, I don't know. I can't tell, but we took it seriously, and obviously we went down to 10 men early on.
Yeah.
And after that, you couldn't tell if we had 10 men or not. We were strong. We were excellent. I moved Jason Rad over to the right, and I put Alex on the left and played Sexy up on his own.
Yeah.
And we were good. And the only thing that was really a bit of a disappointment about the whole day was the fact that I lost Georgie Allen right at the end of the game with sort of like a real clumsy injury. That was no fault of his own. He went up for a header and came down on his elbow, and that took the whole sting out of the game. You know, that took the whole enthusiasm for the win out of the game, because we'd lost a good player to what looked like a bit of a long-term injury, you know.
Yeah.
And that was the only glitch in that performance, you know.
You just touching on George's injury. Obviously, he was out for quite a while, and when that happened, did you think it was going to be hard to replace him?
Yeah, because he's a good player. George is a very good player for that level. One of the best centre halves, I believe, at that level, if not the best on the ball. And for the way we were playing and for the pitch, our pitch, we could easily play it from the back with George. He read the game well. So I looked at it and thought, well, I'm going to have to look at possibly bringing a centre half in. But I just felt that looking at Jack Mocker and Gibbo, Harry Gibbs, I just felt that, especially looking at Gibbo, I just felt that if just by chance, really, we moved him to left centre half because Jack was coming back from an ankle injury, and Jack wanted to play on the right because of his ankle. Okay. So I moved Harry across to the left. After that Bowers game, I moved Harry to the left, and it improved his game because he had to think quicker. He had to adjust himself quicker without the ball, and that was a real plus for us. How well after losing George, how well Harry Gibbs stepped up, and how well Jack Mocker done alongside him.
What was it like leading the team out for that one?
Yeah, good. Obviously, cup games are always good. They're one-offs, so they do have a different feel. Obviously, playing a team that in the league above always makes you want to, I suppose, up your game a little bit. You always maybe a little bit more switched on. But we played Bowers the year before in the league, and obviously we knew they were a good side, but we knew how they would play. And we got off to a really good start. Sort of scored early on. I think it might have been sort of 2-0 up.
Yeah, 2-0 up at half
fairly
time.
early. Yeah, but again, it's always good leading the team out in sort of big cup games. Yeah, always a nice feeling.
Yeah. So as you said, the goals came quite early. I believe we was 3-0 up by, I think, the 60th minute mark. How did you think the first half went?
We started off really well, getting the goal and or the 2 goals, and then I think Goody got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was his home debut, second game, sent off after about 20 minutes, and you're thinking, oh, cheers for that. Going to be a long game, but we kept our shape well. I think we got the goal just for half time. I think it might have been Gibbo or something. Got the goal from the corner. 3-0 up, even if you've got 10 men, you're hoping you can sort of see the game out. And yeah, obviously you don't expect to be 3-0 up at half time, especially with 10 men and against a team in the league above. But we turned up that day, just like we did throughout the whole season, really. But yeah, we played really well, good shape, and deserved the win.
So going on to late on in the second half, George got injured. You was obviously playing just in front of him. How much did that affect your game?
So obviously it didn't affect my game that particular day, because I think the ref, it was in about 93rd minute, and I think the ref sort of blew up. But I remember him going up for the header, and I was literally just in front of him, and he sort of called Georgie's ball, so I got out of the way, and he's gone for the header, gone up, and then I suddenly heard him just shout, and I thought, like, he's done something. And I just automatically looked down at his knee or something, because I thought he might have done that as he landed, or I don't know, cut himself, whatever. But then he looked down at his elbow, and his arm pointing that way and his elbow's pointing the other, sort of thing. Wasn't the nicest thing to look at, but obviously I suppose it had an effect afterwards, because everyone's discussing George and stuff like that, and hoping he's all right, and it sort of takes away a little bit from the win. But you just want to make sure that the players are right, sort of first and foremost. But yeah, again, didn't sort of affect me too much, but it's never nice to see stuff like that.
Yeah. How much do you think he was going to be a miss in that team?
I think on paper you sort of look at him and you think, it's going to be a massive miss, and of course it is, because he's so good on the ball, and he's sort of the centre half that gets us playing. But I think that's when Mocha really got sort of into the team, and showed what he was all about. I think before that it had just been Gibbo and Jules that had been playing. Of course, any player of George's quality is going to be a big loss, but Mocha stepped in, played unbelievable through the whole sort of trophy thing, and even in the league, So he came in, did exactly what George would do, sort of thing. You couldn't really see a difference. The team wasn't weakened. So from what you think would be a massive loss, turned out that, it wasn't, just because of the strong squad that we had there.